Welcome to Mike's Yoga channel. Today's video is a Yin Yoga for hockey players. When you're ready, roll your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. Okay everyone, so let's begin by coming into a seated forward fold. This will be our first pose in the sequence. So take a seat on your bums, extend your legs out long in front of you. From here on your next inhale, let's bring our hands up towards the sky. Exhale, melt it forward, grabbing onto the toes or the feet if you can. If you can't right now, that's okay. You can just let your hands rest where they naturally fall. And whenever I practice Yin Yoga, I love to practice a 6 and 6 breath. So inhaling for 6 seconds and exhaling for 6 seconds. I just find this really helps me relax, get into the moment. So feel free to practice that or just breathe however you like. We'll be here for a couple minutes. Let's take one more breath here. And on your next exhale, mindfully release. Awesome job. Now from here, we'll come into a 90-90 pose, otherwise known as a deer pose. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating two 90-degree angles in our legs. So let's have our right leg in front of us to start. Right knee in line with your right hip. 90-degree angle in this right leg. Right foot is flexed. And our left leg behind us, so left knee in line with our left hip. 90-degree angle, left foot is flexed. Hands can just rest by your sides. Should feel an awesome stretch in that left hip here. Again, just come back to your breath. We'll be here a couple of minutes as well. Take one more breath here. And exhale, mindfully release. Let's just take this over to the other side. So let's bring our left leg in front of us, right leg behind us. Again, left knee in line with the left hip, 90-degree angle, left foot is flexed. Right knee in line with the right hip, 90-degree angle, right foot is flexed, hands resting by your sides. Again, just come back to your breath. I am already starting to feel zened out here, so let's keep it going. Let's take one more breath here. And exhale, mindfully release. Now from here, let's make our way into an extended child's pose. So let's bring our knees as wide as the mats, letting the big toes touch behind you. From here, just walk your hands out long in front of you, letting your forehead rest in the mat. Feel an awesome stretch in the back body, the shoulders, as well as the hips here. Let's take one more breath. And exhale mindfully. Let's shift forward. We'll come into a brief cobra. So stacking the hands underneath the shoulders, extending the legs along behind you, keeping your core slightly engaged, just pushing yourself up, opening up your heart. And exhale, curl the toes. Let's shift it up into a brief downward facing dog. Feel free to slowly pedal out the feet, breathing into the back of the legs here. Now from here, let's lower the knees down, keeping the knees together. Curl the toes, sit back on your heels. We'll come into a brief toe stand. Awesome stretch for the feet and the ankles here. Hands can just rest in your lap. And exhale, release. Let's make our way onto our backs. Let's keep the Zen going. And then once we get to our backs, let's come into a supine twist. So let's bring our right knee into our chest. And then when you're ready, let's guide this right knee over to the left. Your right arm can come into a T or a cactus. And in the supine twist, really make sure to keep both shoulders firmly rooted in the mat. So if your right shoulder is coming up off the mat like this, just dial it back. Feel a really nice stretch on that right side of the body here. And exhale, when you're ready, mindfully come back to center. We'll take that over to the other side. So extending that right leg long, hugging this left knee into your chest. And when you're ready, guiding this left knee over to the right. Again, left arm can come into a T or a cactus. Again, make sure to keep both shoulders firmly rooted here. So if the left shoulder is coming up off the mat, just simply dial it back. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, come back to center. Awesome job. Now from here, let's come into a reclined butterfly. So simply just bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees open up wide, letting the hips just open up naturally here. A couple options with your hands. You can let them rest by your sides, or you can have one hand on the belly, the other one on your heart. I encourage you to close your eyes here. Again, just come back to your breath. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, let's come into our final pose, Shavasana, extending the legs out long, extending the arms out long, taking up some space, letting the mind and the body reap all the benefits from this practice. So I encourage you to stay here for as long as you like, or if you're ready to go, we can rock up, coming into a seated position of your choice. Wherever you are, let's bring our hands together at our heart. If you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. From here, let's bring our hands up to our third eye. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.